Reportage with Techgarden Fair-2017. The world news. Online accountancy service. The life of TEDx Almaty. Tech control. Exchange for cryptoals. The Kazakhstan news. In Almaty, on the territory of the Special Economic Zone Park of Innovative Technologies, Alatau, the third festival of startups, Techgarden Fair 2017, was held. The event was attended by young scientists, businessmen, students of technical specialties, developers and programmers. This is a regular event dedicated to selecting the most promising startups. Within a certain time, the startup has the opportunity to talk about their idea there for 2 to 3 minutes. The International Commission selects several ideas for the accelerating program.
Рассказать о своей идее. Благодаря этому Международная комиссия отбирает на акселерационную программу.
Members of the Verigram team are engaged in technologies in the field of computer vision and video analytics. And in this area, they have achieved a certain success. The accuracy of recognition of their service, Veridoc, reaches 99%. This is a product for document recognition, identity cards, technical passport, driver's license. You just download mobile applications, take pictures of your document, and it is immediately displayed on the computer in the end-user system. In addition, artificial intelligence can recognize various objects, determine the gender, age of a person, and his emotions. The opportunities of this system start-uppers demonstrated live near their stand. We literally taught the machine to recognize you by uploading a bunch of data with faces and approximate age for each face. And after a certain set of photographs, the machine itself begins to recognize how old the person is.
Машина сама начинает говорить, сколько лет каждому подходящему.
Jibek is another startup team that showed the work of their invention at the festival. Our heroes have developed a portable projector, and the first of its prototype is assembled from improvised means. The body is made of plastic. The motherboard was taken from a Chinese tablet. Next week, we are going to put our best on the crowdfunding platform. Then we have the first stage of production. Now we are establishing the relations with the plant and also with the electronics store. And in the future, we plan to enter the markets of the CIS and the world. In the future, the functionality of the domestic projector will be expanded with new features, including voice assistant with a rich vocabulary. Our voice assistant is perfect for residents of smart homes. Let's say you can order Jibek's turn on 5-channel. Jibek, it's time for coffee, something like this. What else can I tell you? The processor will consist on average from Intel AI5, AI8, or minimum of AI3. The winner of the festival Techgarden Fair 2017 was the project BoogaKZ. This is an online accounting service that will greatly facilitate the life of beginners and experienced entrepreneurs. More information about this portal will be described later in our program today. Service for the delivery of food sets with recipes, Elementaire attracted $2 million from private investors. The funds raised will be used to develop the technological base, including the creation of an algorithm for selecting a personal menu, as well as expanding the production space and menu. Earlier, the portal already attracted $500,000 in 2013 and 2015. Then the startup was invested by Sun Capital and Bright Capital Partners. Serial entrepreneur Eric Migikovsky launched a new crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter, this time for the BoogaKZ project, an external battery for recharging the 7th iPhone and AirPods for 2,500 mAh. This is the first project of Migikovsky after the failure of Pebble, the company for the development of smartwatches. The startup has spent 3 of the 5 most successful crowd-hosting campaigns in the history of Kickstarter, but has not been able to launch mass production and close the business. To optimize their work, many entrepreneurs use special online services. For example, a platform for accounting. For small and medium-sized businesses, this is the best option, since they usually need to pay tax returns only once every 6 months. There used to be a lot of papers. There were folders with suppliers, counterparts, and now everything is online through the application. He opened a smartphone, wrote, and sent it to the suppliers. They printed it out, signed, and sent a courier. Kazakhstani IT companies can offer their solutions for accounting in the network. One of them is BoogaKZ. Recently, this resource became the winner of the main technological festival of this fall, Techgarden Fair in 2017. Of the 1 million companies that are registered, they are more or less active, about 80%. Those who have accounting, and which is difficult for the time being, it requires keeping records. There are about 400,000. I think there are about 400,000 companies that need an accounting entry. With the help of this portal, it is possible to register a PI or LLP, establish trade records, prepare and submit reports, calculate and pay taxes, and make labor records for employees. And if the user does not want to click on the ready-made forms for an additional fee, all the work for him will be done by the company's specialist.
В левой части есть раздел «Баланс», где можно видеть информацию о состоянии текущих платежей.
In the left part, there is a section Balance, where you can see information about current payments, the status of the current account, the amounts that you have on your current account. Next, Requisites, information about your company, starting with IIN, from the tax regime, whether you are on the books of VAT, telephone, mail, and also the legal address.
Телефон, почта и также ваш юридический адрес.
In addition, the site has a section Services, where customers can describe in detail what they need to do and in what time frame.
Мы готовим интеграцию с Комитетом госдоходов по фискализации.
We are preparing for integration with the State Revenue Committee on fiscalization. In addition, we prepare a section on warehouse accounting, payroll accounting. We plan to integrate with electronic invoices and with banks for further productive work.
Дальнейшей такой продуктивной работы.
Monetization of the portal is carried out by subscription. Its cost varies from 10 to 40,000 tenge per month. At the same time, enterprises operating under the simplified taxation system are serviced at the minimum price. We plan to enter other regions of Kazakhstan, but remotely we have customers everywhere, in Pavlodar, in Atrau, in Aktau, in Astana, and in Shymkent. In the near future, the vector of development of the online accounting service will be directed towards analytics. That is, new useful functions will appear. For example, work with reconciliation acts, reports on accounts receivable and payable. This information will allow users to conduct financial and tax swelling of their enterprise as conveniently as possible. Ideas worth spreading. This is the slogan of the popular American conference, TED. This abbreviation stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. An independently organized event in TED format can be recognized by an additional letter in the name X. For example, TEDx Almaty is a regional platform where any Kazakh can publicly tell about his idea in a simple and accessible form.
За 7 лет у нас побывало, наверное, больше.
For 7 years, we have visited more than 3,000 people at the conference. In addition, we conducted about 120 speeches. More than 200,000 people watched our performances online. I believe that for Kazakhstan, this amount of heavy content video is a good achievement.
Это достаточно большое достижение.
The autumn theme of the conference, TEDx, is defined as Aydin Argi Biti, which in Russian means beyond the moon. In this case, the other side is something like an explored country where you always want to look, and directs this desire, curiosity, the main feature of all startups, which moves them to discover something new. In fact, probably many of us very often watch conferences, and for me and my colleagues, it has become such a tradition, annual visit to the TEDx Almaty, because it's a breath of fresh air, which is enough for the whole next year. To create, change the future to do something interesting, plus it's sharing experiences and a chance to meet new people. Each performance on the TEDx can be called a theater of one actor. Speakers do not have more than 18 minutes to tell about their idea, no matter how complicated it may be. With this task successfully coped both simple rural scientists and the leaders of technological giants. So getting an invitation to become a TED speaker is a great honor. Aware of all the responsibility that lies with the speakers, Diana Soy has been preparing scrupulously for the performance for a long time. Before the girl was not an easy task to tell about how the Kazakhstani team, Quamcare, was able to win at the Techno Women Challenger International Contest in San Francisco in 2017.
Меня часто спрашивали, как ты думаешь, в чем же, вообще секрет успеха?
I am often asked, what is the secret of success? Why Kazakhstan comes twice in a row to the final and we win. So when I had the opportunity to tell Kazakhstan and the world about it, I immediately agreed. I wanted to tell what is behind this publicity in the media and some high-flown words.
Этой, так скажем, огласки в СМИ и каких-то высокопарных слов.
Asiya Ujjanova, another speaker of the conference in Almaty. The girl is only 21 years old, but despite her young age, she is already the author of scientific articles and studies, the winner of the International Olympiad in English, the author of the book Chess and Math, published in Germany. Today, Asiya spoke on the topic of prospects for the implementation of biometric technologies, which allow people to be recognized by one or more physical or behavioral characteristics. The girl was able to work on this project largely thanks to her alma mater, so Asiya, in a university way, calls Nazarbayev Intellectual School, where she studied.
Исследование биометрических данных это
The study of biometric data is private information, and accordingly, such a study needs a good data protection system. Then it all depends on what kind of design the system will have, where these data will be stored, how to use it so that people benefit from it, because the collection of this data carries the potential of human development.
как воспользоваться ими так, чтобы для людей это принесло пользу.
Speeches on the fall TEDx Almaty 2017 were so diverse in form and content that the curators of the conference unequivocally stated viewers still managed to look beyond the moon, and there, beyond the boundaries of stereotypes and criticism, they found ideas worthy of spreading, which fully correspond to the spirit of international format TED. Startup Dictionary. EBITDA, the abbreviation from the English language, is deciphered and translated as the company's profit before payment of interest, taxes, and depreciation. Sometimes financiers use another version of this term, EBIT plus depreciation. An example of use, went to measure my EBITDA. Oljas Kundakbayev, General Director of Payment Organization. Experience in creating and promoting financial products. Specialization, IT, FinTech. Review for the startup, BoogaKZ. BoogaKZ is a mobile application that allows you to track real-time cryptocurrency rates and exchange them in tenge. Now a lot of cryptocurrency is produced all over the world. On this trend, you can really make some interesting product, an interesting application in which people will be tracking something, they can buy something, change it, and so on. The president himself says that we need to work on this. Our closest neighbors in Russia may be as well as other countries. In Ukraine, too, the issue of the cryptocurrency is being discussed.
3 миллиона тенге для такого проекта, мне кажется, в принципе, достаточно, то есть для того, чтобы взять текущие разработки.
3 million tenge for such a project seems to me in principle enough. Well, in order to take the current developments of other exchangers and display them in a mobile application, this is enough. In order to really start converting money, crypt money, to our tenge, to show it at customers' accounts and how they could use them. It costs a lot more than that because you need a license to do it. You need to become an operator of electronic money. It requires a big laborious process, and 3 million is not enough. But on the other hand, if they can exchange and earn 0.5% already on some exchange operations in principle, why not? That is, one can earn directly through this application.
То, в принципе, зачем инвестиции, то есть зарабатывать прямо сейчас. Но так как криптовалюта у нас в Казахстане нелегальна, поэтому легально заниматься ими.
Well, since the cryptocurrency in Kazakhstan is not legal, therefore it is not possible to legally deal with them. To show clients that the course today is there so you can do something with them, this is one part of the work. The other part of the work is really to withdraw them and change them to live money. This process costs a lot of money and requires a lot of time, so it seems that this company should have serious resources to implement this project.
Видится, что эта компания должна иметь под собой серьезные ресурсы. Может быть,
Maybe young entrepreneurs will find an investor who will invest in this business. They need to create some kind of payment system there. Why not? But it will cost around $1.5 million US. The Kazakhstan service, Kopilka, is a coalition program that provides bonuses for making purchases in the networks of program partners. Accumulated bonuses can be used for repeated ones. The platform operates in the cities of Almaty and Astana, uniting the leading network operators that sell a wide range of goods and services. The Russian multinational company Yandex is launching for the first time in Kazakhstan a laboratory for teaching students the art of programming. Yandex. This project allows children in their free time from school lessons to try themselves in the role of developers. Here they will study programming using the example of Python, a powerful language with rich capabilities, which is used in Yandex and in many other technology companies. Tune in to our next program to learn more about Yandex Lyceum and the Kazakhstan service